Hola, everyone, and welcome to Open, coming to you from BronxNet Studios. I'm Rhina Valentin, your hosty Café con Leche every Friday. Here's what's coming up in today's show. Leading things off, we speak to creator and founder of the printing block, Apryl Bruce, to discuss the technique of block printing while sharing her clothing line that highlights hip hop figures. And we speak to author Dahlma Llanos-Figueroa about her new novel, A Woman of Endurance, that tells the story of strength and resilience during the Puerto Rican slave trade. Later on in the show, we're joined by artists Janice Chung and Cindy Trinh as they ring in the Lunar New Year with a tribute to the Asian American community and in New York City and abroad with a new photo exhibition titled This Is Home. And lastly, this week's Open Artist Spotlight shines on poet and filmmaker Grei with a performance at the end of the show. So sit back y prepárate. All this and more is headed your way because now we are officially open. Hello and welcome to Open. I'm Rhina Valentin, your hosty Café con Leche for the next hour, coming to you from BronxNet Studios, inviting you to get social with us online. That is, tweet us and follow us on Instagram at BronxNet TV or like us on Facebook at Open BronxNet Television. And of course, don't forget, follow moi on Twitter, FB, Instagram, Insta Stories, and LinkedIn at Rhina Valentin. Our first guest is a Bronx native, self taught creative with a hands on approach to art. She came across block printing, which is a technique that involves creating a stamp that you press onto paper or cloth or using ink. And well, she started block printing images of hip hop icons onto t shirts and aprons. And it took off from there, expanding into a clothing line that highlights hip hop figures to cultural and historical icons, and original works of art. Here now to share more is creator and founder of the printing block, Apryl Bruce. Hello, welcome.
Hello, hi everyone. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Lovely artwork, lovely on the
Thank you so much.
wall, on the garments.
Yeah, art is really my life. This iteration is clothing. Prior to that, I am a metalsmith. I've had a natural body care line. I'm always making something. I have to use my hands
You're
in
you're a
some form of
DIY
fashion
kind
to
of
express
person, right?
myself.
You're a DIY kind of
Absolutely.
person. And so, in
Absolutely.
reading some of your background, I found it interesting, actually, the steps that got you to where you are now with regards to being self taught and how you kind of went in as far as, sewing the garments. So, let's talk about that journey, especially throughout the pandemic, because I know that played a role in you really just taking off.
Oh, definitely. As COVID was approaching and lockdown was approaching, I wanted to prepare myself for being at home and what best to do but to just buy art supplies. I honestly could spend all of my money on supplies with no issue at all. I had seen a video with a woman block printing and I thought, hey, that's really great. Let me try that. I ordered some supplies, watched some videos, and taught myself the process and preparation and anticipation of being at home.
So I have a question. Like, what is it about the block printing that really attracted you, right? Because I understand that it could be a little messy, a little bit inaccurate, right? Versus like what most people do, which is like silkscreen.
Right. And that's the love and the joy of it, honestly, for myself. It's the imperfection of it. I like that it's messy. I like that you have the flexibility to do whatever you want. And that's really what was my attraction to it. Me selecting Biggie as an icon to begin with is I chose an image of someone that was recognizable to me, and someone that I like to see every single day.
And so this is one of your first items, you're saying?
Well, this is the first block print and image that I
Got it.
did create. Yes.
Got it. The block print was
Yes,
Biggie Smalls,
itself.
right? The
Yes, yes.
notorious B.I.G.
The
And who
notorious
can't
BS.
recognize it? It's lovely too. And so
Exactly.
yeah. So I also saw reviewing your website. You also have prints of James Baldwin. You also have
Yes.
prints of Muhammad Ali. Are you pulling them
Yes.
out? Look at me. I'm jumping the gun
Yes,
here.
I
Very
am.
nice.
Yes.
Very
I
nice.
also, thank you so much. I also, in this process, after block printing, I started to develop my own eye and my own art skills. This is an original drawing that I drew myself. So within this process, I am also teaching myself to draw.
So I
I
have a question.
love,
That's a block print?
yes.
That's a block print?
No, this is actually a vinyl
Okay,
piece.
all right, right. Okay, no, this is all new to me, so
Yes,
I just want to make sure
yes,
that
oh,
our viewers
absolutely.
understand the difference as well.
Yes. So in the progress of me graduating from block printing and wanting to expand the types of expand my skills overall, I learned to sew and I'm learning to draw as well. So this is an original drawing of James Baldwin, who I am very much in love with. So it's a combination of vinyl and fabric. So this stained glass effect is actually cotton fabric that I've adhered to the sweatshirt and sewed on the top as well.
Nice. Yeah, you can tell you put a lot of care into what you do.
Yes, I love it so much. I do.
And so it's lovely that you mentioned the sewing part of it, right? Because I found your background so intriguing on how you decided to now remodel your home and do some upgrades, and that kind of led you into ending up learning how to sew and purchasing a sewing
Yes,
machine and doing your own window upgrades and so forth. And here you are now with your own clothing line, and not just a clothing line to have a clothing line that also serves as an educational art, right? Which is what I
absolutely.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
Yes.
please chime in whenever you feel.
So this is actually James Baldwin is me selecting him is about my own personal learning journey, and me reading a lot of his books. I now have listened to a lot of his books at this point and learned a lot about him. In the reflection of that, he was a preacher as a child. So that's what this sweatshirt is reflecting. And I want to educate others on him and the words that he carries and the messages that he delivers, as they're very relevant today.
Yes, they are a very profound individual. So I love that you highlight him. I think we all have something to learn from him. In no matter how old you got, it's like there's always something new to rediscover. And so I know you also have prints of Muhammad Ali.
I do. If I could show
Is
you,
that a block print or is that your
that
fine
is
art?
a vinyl piece. Vinyl. This image I have of him now. This is a vinyl. I'm using vinyl as well. Block printing, I love very much. I found that the images that I do carve are small, so I do want to make larger images. So that's how the drawing came into play, where I'm able to draw larger images to put across the sweatshirts.
Yeah, it's nice, simple, and definitely makes its point.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
and
I really enjoy Muhammad Ali and the icons that I do pick. They bring me a lot of joy. I find him to be very powerful in all of his interviews. He always has a smile on his face, and he himself faced a lot of adversity during his career.
And so, is it safe to say that you really are attracted to like people of resistance, right? Because there's this
Yes.
resistance within all of these figures that you've chosen to
Yes.
really highlight. So, what's that about for
Yes.
you?
People who are outspoken. I find myself to be an outspoken individual at times. I think that it's empowering. I think that um, I find them to be very empowering overall, and I think that's important for people of color to empower themselves so they could go work through this society and the challenges that we face here
And
every day.
And so, and this is all powerful stuff you're even making mention of. And so, I just wondered how that also assists with the success of your sales.
Uh, Definitely, I have a lot of James Baldwin fans. This is one of my very popular sweatshirts here. People, Grace Jones as well, her being such an outstanding figure. She represents power as well. She's 70 something years old. She's still on stage.
Do you
She's
have a
still
Grace Jones there?
performing. I do.
Oh,
I
because I didn't
do.
see Grace Jones. I'm like, wait, Grace Jones.
Yes,
Let me
see.
see.
So it's definitely something for everyone. And let me show you a camouflage jacket. I think that would be great. So what I did here is I do camouflage jackets as well, which I block print them. This one is a vinyl piece along with fabric. So I do like a lot of multimedia type of art, not just one lane. This is a reproduction of her Pull Up to the Bumper poster that she used to promote this song, which is indicative of how powerful she is. I incorporated some African fabric into it, um, relevant to our blackness and our origins, and of course some color, and
Yes, I
which
love
is
it.
also consistent with her. Thank you
Oh,
very much.
yes, yes, I'm feeling that. Pull up to the bumper, baby. So, so where can people shop for your these items?
I do have a website. It is theprintingblock.com, and I'm doing pop-ups here in Brooklyn
All
at the
right.
time, and hope to expand sooner than later.
All right. Well, I cannot say goodbye without asking about that beautiful painting behind you.
Oh yes, I recently got this piece from a friend of mine, Zella. He created this piece, and it spoke to me as I used to club promote.
Oh, okay. All right. No wonder you're pulling up to the bumper, baby.
Yes,
Awesome. Thanks for sharing with us. Apryl Bruce,
thank you.
surrounded by art and her own artwork. What a beautiful, beautiful experience this was. And you guys, if you're interested in printing block, you and of course her clothing line, you can visit printingblock.com and you can shop there. All right, we have to take a quick break, but when we return, we're going to speak to author Dahlma Llanos-Figueroa about her new novel, A Woman of Endurance. Don't go anywhere.